Every time you try to have a conversation in English, do you freeze? Do you start translating every single word in your head and then realize you just can't respond fast enough? When you finally do speak, you feel like you don't sound natural, or your answer is just not enough. And the worst part is that you try to stop, but you feel like you can't avoid these behaviors. It's frustrating, right? The truth is, this is not a vocabulary problem. It's a habit problem. Today, we are going to give you a 4-level plan to break that habit and start thinking directly in English. We also have a special tip at the end to help you stay calm under pressure, so stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Lab channel. I'm so happy to be here today for another session of leveling up your communication. I'm joined, as always, by my amazing partner, Chris. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Hello to all our listeners. I'm really excited for today's topic because I remember when I was learning a second language, the mental translation was my biggest enemy. It's like having a slow internet connection in your brain.
That is a perfect description, a slow connection. Today, we are talking about thinking in English and how to stop that middleman in your head.
Exactly. The middleman is your native language, and the problem is that the middleman is very expensive. He takes your energy and he takes your time. Today, we want to fire the middleman.
You're fired. I love it. Now, Chris, you have a great way of explaining why this happens using a computer metaphor. Tell us about the CPU.
Right. Think of your brain like a computer. Your brain is a CPU. When you translate, your brain is trying to run two different operating systems. Let's say your native language and English at the same time.
And that is a lot of work for one processor, isn't it?
It's too much. The computer starts to get hot, the fan starts spinning, and eventually the system just stops. That is why students often freeze in the middle of a sentence.
I've seen that freeze many times. It's because the brain is doing a triple jump. You hear English, you translate to your native language to understand, you think of your native language answer, and then you translate that back to English.
It's a lot of steps. Our goal today is to define thinking in English as a physical bypass. We want to go from the idea directly to the English word. No native language bridge.
I love that. A physical bypass. It's like taking the highway instead of the slow streets with all the traffic lights. So how do we start building that highway? We have a 4-level plan for everyone. Chris, let's start with level 1.
Level 1 is what I call visual labeling. This is for nouns, the things you see around you.
This sounds simple, but many people do it wrong. How should they do it?
Well, most people see a silla and think silla means chair. No, that is the wrong way. You are still using your native language.
Right, you're just connecting two words. You aren't connecting the object.
Exactly. You need to look at the physical object and shoot the English word directly. Chair.
I remember when I was starting, I used Post-it notes. I put a sticker on my fridge that said fridge. I put a sticker on my mirror that said mirror.
I remember that. Your house looked like a vocabulary book.
It did, but it worked. My brain stopped seeing frigo and started seeing fridge. The connection was object to English word.
That is the key. No translation bridge. If you do this for 48 hours with everything in your house, your brain starts to default to the English label.
It's like your eyes start seeing in English. It's a very strange but cool feeling.
It is. And once you have the labels for objects, you move to level 2. This is what I call the mental live stream.
Oh, I love this one. This is for verbs and actions.
Right. This is like being the director of a movie about your own life. You narrate everything you are doing, but only in English.
Like, I am opening the door. I am looking for my keys. Where are my keys? Oh, they're on the table.
Exactly. It sounds silly, but it is so effective. You aren't talking to anyone, so there's no pressure.
I used to do this while I was cooking. I would say, I am cutting the onions. The onions are making me cry. I am putting the onions in the pan.
That's a great example. The important thing here is to stay simple. Use short sentences. Subject, verb, object.
Right, don't try to be a poet. Just describe the physical reality. The water is hot. The soap smells good. I am washing my hair.
This builds what I call the default English mode in the background of your brain. It's like training a muscle while you are doing other things.
It's a great way to practice grammar too, because you're using the present continuous naturally.
Definitely. And you can do it anywhere, while driving, while walking the dog, while waiting for the bus.
Speaking of walking the dog, I actually want to ask our listeners something. Guys, have you ever caught yourself talking to yourself in English, maybe in the shower or in the kitchen? Leave a comment below.
Yes, tell us your stories. Do people look at you like you're crazy? We want to know.
I definitely get those looks at the supermarket. I am choosing the apples. The apples are red.
Hey, if it works, it works. Now, let's move to level 3. This one is a bit more intense. I call it the monolingual lockdown.
This sounds serious. What does it mean?
It means you have to fire your bilingual dictionary. You know, those apps that give you the your native language translation for an English word.
Oh, that is a big step. People love their bilingual dictionaries. They feel safe with them.
I know, but it's a trap. If you always look for the your native language word, your brain never stays in English. It's always jumping back to the safety of your native language.
So what should they use instead?
An English-to-English dictionary, like the Oxford Learner's Dictionary or Cambridge.
Why is that better for thinking in English?
Because when you look up a word, the definition is also in English. So you are reading and thinking in English the whole time.
That makes sense. It's like an English workout. If I look up the word huge and the definition says very, very big, I'm practicing the words very and big too.
Exactly. You are creating a natal web of related English words. It makes finding words 10 times faster because they are all connected in the same language.
It's like building a neighborhood where everyone speaks the same language. You don't have to travel to another country to get an answer.
Precisely. It keeps you inside the English zone. And that leads us to level 4, which is the most practical skill for a language learner.
What is level 4?
It's the Circumlocution Game.
That is a very long word, Chris. What does it mean?
It just means talking around a word. It's what you do when you forget a specific word.
Oh, this happens to everyone. You are talking and suddenly, boom, you forget the word for collador or engrapadora.
Right. Most students stop and think, how do you say collador? How do you say it? They start searching for your native language translation.
And that kills the conversation. The engine stops.
Exactly. In level 4, you are forbidden from using your native language. If you forget a word, you must describe it using English words you already know.
So if I forget the word for collador, what do I say?
You say, it's the metal thing with holes for the pasta and the water.
The metal thing with holes. That is perfect. Everyone knows what you mean.
Exactly. Or if you forget stapler, you say, the small machine that puts metal in the paper to keep it together.
It's like a game of taboo. This is the most important skill for a polyglot because it keeps the English engine running.
If you don't use your native language, your brain stays in English mode, and the more you do it, the better you get at it.
This is actually something we talk about in another video we have. If you feel like you can understand English but you can't speak it, you need to watch that.
Yes, and if that's exactly where you feel stuck, understanding English but freezing when it's time to speak, we left the link at the end of this video. It walks you through the 3 daily habits that help turn understanding into real speaking fluency.
It's a perfect companion for today's topic. Now, Chris, we've covered the 4 levels, but we need to talk about the mindset.
You mean the ego barrier?
Exactly. We call it embrace the 5-year-old.
I love that. Adults hate feeling like children. We're smart, we're professional, we have important things to say.
And then we speak English and we feel like we are 5 years old. It's frustrating.
It is, but that frustration is what makes people translate. They want to say something complex in your native language like, me encuentro profundamente entusiasmado por esta oportunidad.
And because they don't have those exact words in English, they try to translate it word by word.
And it sounds terrible. or they just get stuck.
So the advice is be okay with sounding like a child for a while.
Exactly. A simple thought like, I am very happy, that is formed directly in English is much more powerful than a complex native language thought that you can't translate correctly.
It's about being humble. You have to accept that your English self is younger than your native language self.
Right. Use simple words, use short sentences. If you can say, I like this, directly in English, you're winning.
Eventually, your English self will grow up, but you have to let it be a child first.
That is so true. You have to let go of the need to sound smart and focus on being direct.
I also have a wild card tip today, Chris. Something I did that helped me a lot with my emotions.
Ooh, I want to hear this. What is it?
Use English for your inner voice during emotional moments. If you're angry because you dropped your phone, don't say a bad word in your native language. Say it in English.
Oh no, my phone!
Exactly. Or if you see a beautiful sunset, think, wow, that is beautiful.
Emotions are very linked to memory. That is a great point. If you link an English phrase to a strong emotion, that phrase becomes yours forever. It stays in your heart, not just your head.
It makes the language feel real. It's not just a subject you study, it's a tool you use to live.
I love that. Use English for your feelings, even the small ones.
Now, before we go, we need to give our listeners a mission. We don't want them to just listen, we want them to do something.
Okay, here is the 24-hour challenge. Tomorrow, I want you to pick one routine, just one.
Like taking a shower or making breakfast?
Exactly, or driving to work. Pick a 10 or 15-minute window. During that time, your native language is offline. It doesn't exist.
And if a native language thought comes?
Don't panic. Just say, no thank you, and translate it back to a simple English thought. If you think, tengo hambre, just say, I am hungry.
And start your narration. I am walking to the kitchen. I'm looking for a snack.
10 minutes. That's it. If you can do 10 minutes tomorrow, you can do 11 minutes the next day. It's a slow process, but it works.
Fluency begins the moment English becomes your first thought, not your second translation. It's not a miracle, it's practice.
Well, this has been an amazing conversation. I hope everyone feels more confident about firing their mental middleman.
Me too. Remember the 4 levels. Label your world, narrate your life, use an English dictionary, and describe things when you forget the word.
And don't forget to embrace your inner 5-year-old.
Exactly. Thank you so much for listening to English Lab Channel. We believe in you, and we know you can do this.
Take care, everyone. Happy thinking.
Bye-bye. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.